In this episode, we're going to get introspective, delve into our inner soul, and ask the question, what do you actually want and need out of life? We're going to look at what our hobbies provide for us, how our hobbies can change to work for the better of our needs, and how we sustain positive change so our hobbies and passions help us in all aspects of our life. Shall we give this thought process a go and find out those answers? Come on, let's get started. If I was to ask the question, what do you need in life? I guess we could say a roof over our heads, money, a nice Sunday roast. We all aim to have these things because they make life easier, especially that Sunday roast. But for this episode, I want to know what you need and want, what makes you happy, and how do you obtain that happiness? Because for me, I get that from my hobbies. Do you truly get happiness and joy from your hobby? We know that everybody is unique. We can and should say the same for our hobbies because we may start with a similar concept, but we all get something different from our hobbies. How we go about obtaining it is unique to us as individuals and, well, our needs. If your hobby is not providing you happiness, your wants, your needs, maybe you should stick around and see if we can help each other. Before we delve too deep, I do want to go over very briefly what a hobby is. This will allow us to better understand how it can provide just what we need. More on that shortly. An activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. An activity for you to do for pleasure when you are not working. A small horse or pony. With that very formal definition pulled straight from the dictionary, we can start to see one of our potential needs. Pleasure. This could be a positive outcome or emotional response from the participation of your hobby, such as happiness, joy, excitement, clarity, understanding. But what about physical health or financial benefit? These can be our needs too. Can a hobby provide those? So, when thinking about how and why you start your hobby, does that align with what you want and need out of life? Or did you choose it for other reasons? Because of that, does your hobby actually provide you with pleasure or other emotional responses that enrich your life? Or is the outcome different, not providing correctly for you? Can all hobbies provide for us regarding what we need and want in our lives? They can help fill the gaps, and they can also change to provide more of what we need out of life. But I'm getting to that as this is an introspective journey that we're on. Let's keep going. Hobbies can provide many things just by taking part or even how you engage in the hobby. Just because a person's hobby is ice hockey doesn't mean they play the sport. They could design the uniforms, maintain analytical reports from matches, or provide commentary and podcasting. What I'm saying, we can't take a hobby at face value or what a person gets out of it. I can discuss the matter, but you're the one who needs to find the answers for you. Let's take one of my hobbies for example, cycling. For me, this hobby is used for commuting to the office for my job. It provides me with a means of reflecting and an inner monologue to help solve problems. It helps with my fitness and my health. This is what I get out of this hobby. But one of those aforementioned isn't your typical one you may think of if somebody asked you about cycling as a hobby. Now that's because I developed my cycling hobby to provide a need I wasn't getting in my life. Just via a quick little adjustment, my hobby was able to provide that for me. Yours could too. Now this came about because I realized I had a lot of thoughts I just wasn't dealing with. Also couldn't afford a therapist, am I right? Due to a busy schedule and not to mention a needy and loud dog, it became very difficult for me to meditate at home to fulfill this need. So let's have a look how this came to be and maybe you can do a similar adjustment. One day while I was on my bike, I was having a bad sensory and all around bad executive dysfunctional day. The wind was driving me insane, the music I had playing was irritating me. But what I noticed from this when I was trying to drown out those issues, I was reflecting on my current mindset, my upcoming day, the things I wanted to get done. I had unintentionally in my current environment start to fulfill a missing need. I was able, in my current state, to take an introspective look at my inner monologue. See that, it became less chaotic, just a little more peaceful. Now, each cycle or commute, I ask myself, is this a day for music or an introspective thought process kind of day? Either way, a need is being met by an adjustment to my hobby. Can you do the same with yours? What I tend to do when circumstances, needs, and wants are changing, I see how I can get my needs and wants met via other means or by making adjustments. Look for parts of your life with room to grow and develop. You should then start to see ways you can make adjustments for the better, avoiding the issues you found elsewhere. Change your hobby, evolve it, better use of your time and energy to get what you need. Which only took a short video, some introspective thought, and some creativity just to start that journey. Let's have a look at some tips to help you get on your way. When looking at our hobbies and our lives, don't neglect the negative aspects within it. It would be so simple to cut them out and feel that we've bettered ourselves. But sometimes there are aspects of our hobby we just don't like. But if they're required to function, maybe we can make that our priority to change. Okay, with small changes, we can ensure that it doesn't have such a negative impact and works towards providing us on what we need. That way, a simple change is accomplishing multiple things. Let's have a look at some examples of wants and needs in your life and see if we can make changes to getting there. What about financial stability? What if you want and need financial stability in your life? How can a hobby do that for us? There's always a creative way to make money from our passion and hobbies. We can sell our time and expertise to help others. We can sell byproducts of taking part in the hobby, and we can create a business model around our hobby. What about fitness levels? For this purpose, let's just say your hobby isn't overtly physical, but you're wanting to increase your fitness levels. For this example, you could be an artist. What about traveling to destinations to create artwork in various places? But instead of driving everywhere, you can put your equipment in a bag and hike to beautiful destinations. Once you're there, create your art in said location. By making this small adjustment to the hobby, it helps towards your need for health and fitness while maintaining your passion for your artwork. You don't always have to decide between two conflicting needs. They can work together for you. You can see when you take the time to think about what you want, how you could make simple adjustments to your hobby. You're beginning to adapt your hobbies to fit your needs and wants in life. So let's go back to the first point we made, defining your hobby. With these changes, do you think we're now working towards a leisure activity that is done for pleasure, providing some of your wants and needs? Keep up that work. Let me know how it goes and what creative ways you changed your hobby to better suit your needs. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I hope this introspective journey makes you stop and think what changes you can make to create a positive step towards ensuring we get what we need and want out of our hobbies. As always, let me know how your journey goes, or if you've already got some tales of adapting your hobbies to suit your needs. Let me know in the comments, as this could inspire myself and others within the community. There's no magical spell to get everything you want, but what there is taking the time to figure out what you need and want and then going for it. But to help you get there, we have our videos and playlists for ways to get more from your hobby and hopefully reach those goals, wants, and needs. Myself and this community will help you with that, and I hope to see you in the next video. Good luck on your introspection and happy hobbying. I think these videos are getting better, possibly worse, I can't tell anymore, but they're fun to make and I've got that going for me. Still don't know how to sign off on videos. I'm going to stop talking now. See you in the next video, everyone.